Good evening, and thank you for watching. It's at this time I would usually thank everyone for coming, but due to COVID-19, this is the most interesting 8th grade awards assembly we've ever had. It's so interesting that it's not just the 8th grade awards. We will be recognizing those 6th and 7th graders who have achieved merit, honor, and high honor roll. I'm joined on stage tonight by Assistant Principal Steve Grossman and Counselor Jill Marzak. I am Michael Basinski, and I am the proud principal of Northwood Middle School. Again, thank you for joining us. The 8th grade awards night is a long-standing tradition. It's tonight where we will introduce the recipients of the Scholastic N, the Distinguished Scholar, and the coveted Ray Wilson Award. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, let me present those students who achieved merit roll for the 3rd quarter. Merit roll, by definition, is those students who have a grade point average of 3.0 to 3.499. Mackay Boone, Jeremiah Donovan, Courtney Fry. Jackson Goodspeed, Madeline Green, Andrew Hill. Janiah Horton, Kamoni Howard, Annalise Jackson. Aiden Jarrell, Tiana Johnson, Caden Klein. Jasiana Landers, Zariah Lee, Elena McDonald. Erica O'Neill, Larissa Owens, Janiyah Perkins. Jaden Phelps, Micah Reed, Casey Regal. Braylon Romero, Brandon Sanabria, Gracie Shaw. Jeremy Snyder, Ava Stewart, Deegan Steiner. Mariana Thomas, Jahir Torres de Jesus, Greg Tumbiola. Destiny Waldrop, and Mayana Woods. Congratulations to these 6th graders. Next are the 7th grade merit roll recipients. Pierre Alston, Talianis Bauzo Nunez, Jeremiah Bellamy. Ramon Borrell, Aiden Brown, Alexander Cahill. Ariana Szynski, Autumn DeAndrea, Alina Deuce. Anthony Edwards, Leah Furcron, Hope Gentry. Ella Hawk, Brianna Keith, Madison Kling. Lex Lear, Maya Lunn, Caleb McLeod. Jeremiah Napier, Gavin Nelson, Lanice Owens. Annika Pager, Landon Peabody, Haley Pierce. Gabe Pyrock, Austin Ramsey, Serenity Reed. Alyssa Rios, Tatiana Robles, Jesselyn Sanders. Christian Satterfield, Charlie Scully, Evan Standen. Nathan Taylor, Cherish Tillman, Madeline Whalen. Zayden Wilson, DeAndre Woolbright, and Alana Zabrowski. Congratulations to you 7th graders. And now, the 8th graders. Ethan Bellamy, Dalian Coker, Caden Daniels. James Dempsey, Kaylee Gillian, Kajane Hollis. Dayton Isom, Jalea Isom, Caleb Jackson. Dylan Jett, Ivanelise Jimenez Colon, Aiden Lilly. Isaiah Maxwell, Mateo Medina, Kamari Milton. Aiden Nestor, Katie O'Quinn, Anastasia Perkins. Taliana Sanchez Miller, Logan Sheldon, Jasmine Smith. Michael Strasberg, Angelina Taylor, and Kendall Zagantz. Congratulations to those students. I would like to turn it over now to Mrs. Marzak, who will introduce those honor roll recipients.
Good evening. Thank you for watching. Honor roll is a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.99. The sixth graders that have received honor roll are Courtney Bailey, Ryan Bailey, Jontasia Baker, Serena Backeye, Joshua Bucky, Jocelyn Burge, Sarah Dove, Grace Alano, Kylie Gardner, Aubrey Gillis, Julia Harrell, Anaya Jackson, Riley Johnson, Nor Khalil, Ian Kaiser, Margot Post, Yaman Kundis, Shyla Rogers, Zoe Scheitire, Braden Schleimer, Dylan Schnetzler, Isaiah Thornton, Isabella Wilson. Congratulations to those sixth graders. The seventh graders receiving honor roll: Adonis Armstrong, Sebastian Baker, Ethan Bogg, Gianna Henry, Jordan Jackson, Ari Kesey, Mackenzie Keys, Ahmed Khalil, Jesmerelle Lambert, Allie Langford, Kalia Lewis, Jacob Litton, Itai Mavir, Kirsten Peters, Shantae Reel, Julia Rigger, Justin Roberts, Madison Rogers, Maxwell Shredrick, Gavin Smith, Sienna Velez Lee, Xavier Washington, Tony Wissinger. Congratulations to those seventh graders. The eighth graders that have received honor roll: Tatiana Barnhill, A. Bondi, Maya Elias, Alea Fisher, Alex Grabowski, Makai Harris, Nathan Huff, Cameron Jackson, Connor Kesey, Zachary Pritchett, Jada Sciuli, Paige Scott, Arthur Solomon, Ethan Stump, Dylan Vandal, Anna Maris Vila. Congratulations to all those eighth graders. Now turning it over to Mr. Grossman for highest honors.
Good evening, and thank you very much for viewing. It is my honor to present the highest honors for Northwood Middle School this year with a grade point average of 4.0. Our sixth graders earning this honor are Chloe Alexander, Ryan Body, Gabrielle Bramwell, Madison Caruso, Capri Church, and Aaron Kraus. Carly Farkosh, Ezekiel Fry, and Breslin Hawk. Isaiah Hill, Aubrey Jaycox, and Cadence Kaiser. Tatiana Lambert, Caitlin Lesko, Madison Lilly. Amari Lynn, Joshua Longo, and Kiera Mawson. Lucas Manholt, McKenna McCall, Isabella Meadows. Elijah Mavir, Madison Quayle, Anthony Reitz. Ian Steiner, Brianna Thorne, and John Turner. Gabrielle Turner, Jace Walters, Isaiah Wells. Everett Winkleman, and Sarai Young. Congratulations, 6th graders for highest honors. In 7th grade, Kimberly Alexander, Kaylee Beidel, Maxwell Blewett. On Kabanchu, Ryan Brown, Adriana Buell. Madison Burnett, Jamie Collins, Sean Kaminsky. Madeline Francisco, Brooklyn Freeman, Jack Gibson. Navia Gossett, Ryan Hosevar, Josiah Jones. Savannah Kiefover, Reese Kaiser, Robert Loper. Justice Martin, Autumn Massey, Mackenzie Meadows. Zariana Miller, Andrew Peacock, Savannah Reel. Josie Robinson, Anthony Schmitz, Jordan Schellenberger. Bailey Snyder, Ashley Stanek, Arabella Truxell. Ava Wan, Ayana Wood. Congratulations, 7th grade high honor winners. Our 8th grade high honor winners for this year: Mia Abfall, Gabriel Beckley, Cameron Boone. Rachel Bowens, Kara Kuba, Seth DeVore. Jordan Edwards, Kylie Fennell, Camden Fields. Evan Floyd, Alyssa Grabowski, Jake Hatcher. Xavion Henderson Wembley, Emerald Hoffman, Devin Holder. Ethan Heyer, Naja Khalil, Samantha Kuhn. Tatum McNeil, Jacqueline Myers, Meadow Novak. Delaney O'Hare, Lillian Parker, Timothy Rader. Isaac Ramos, Derek Rigger, Owen Rister. Kathleen Rothgary, Riley Suocho, Abigail Stevens. Alexis Swart, Michael Taylor, Kaylee Udovich. Xavier Wan, Ella White, Jamal Williams. Alexis Williams, James Wise, Kristen Young. Congratulations, 8th grade high honor winners.
It is my privilege to announce the Scholastic N Award winners. The Scholastic N is a long-standing tradition here at Northwood. Students have to have A's and B's in their 7th grade year. In their 8th grade year, also A's and B's, and have a GPA of above a 3.2 for the first 3 quarters. They have to be involved in activities and community service. That's not just service here at Northwood, but outside of Northwood. Their awards read Scholarship, Character, Leadership, and Citizenship. If we've learned anything from these past few months, is that your character shows, your scholarship is tested, your leadership needs to shine, but most importantly, your citizenship how you treat and look out for your fellow man. The 2020 Scholastic and Award winners. Congratulations to Rachel Bowens, Devin Holder, Ethan Heyer. Delaney O'Hare, Tatum McNeil, Lillian Parker, Michael Taylor, and Ella White. Congratulations and welcome to a very elite group. You should be proud. I am breaking one of the cardinal rules and talking about a sports analogy during an awards presentation. As a former wrestling coach, I've gotten to know some fantastic people. And a friend of mine was a 4-time state champion. When I asked him which one was the hardest to get, I expected him to say the first one, but he corrected me. He said the first one was the easiest. After that, the pressure was on. All eyes were on me. The distinguished scholar are those students that have a 4.0 or above for 11 of their 12 quarters here at Northwood Middle School. At this point in time, you're asking yourself, well, why not 12 out of 12? Because we haven't finished the fourth quarter. I can tell you that all of these students would have a 4-point for then as well. I think it is a testament to them that they have stood the test of time for 3 years doing their best. The first recipient is Mia Abfall. She was in theater, she played basketball, and ran cross country. According to one of her coaches, who had the pleasure of coaching her, she pushed herself even through injury to get better and achieve her goals throughout the season. Her language arts teacher says that she is an amazingly talented, sensitive human being who could discuss any topic with such maturity. Mr. Chismar states he was proud to be her sensei. And Mrs. VK says, a student whose well-rounded talents have always impressed me. Mia will always shine at what she pursues. Mrs. Adams enjoyed her sense of humor in class. Congratulations to Mia Abfall. The second recipient is Gabe Beckley. Mrs. Adams states he is someone who could be counted on to do the right thing. Mrs. Johnson states that Gabe was quiet all 7th grade, but came out of his shell 8th grade and allowed her to see what a creative person he is. Mr. Chismar echoes that sentiment when he says, no one was more quiet, cool than you. Mrs. Price, best of luck. I wait to see the great things you will do. Congratulations to Gabe Beckley. Kara Coolbaugh. Kara was in choir and volleyball. Mrs. Adams states she was a very talented young lady. One of her teachers asked, please do me a favor and don't be so quiet. I don't want anyone to miss out on what a great person you are. Mrs. Johnson states, if I had not known you for 2 years, I don't think I would have had the honor of recognizing the unbelievable amount of talents that you have. Mrs. Janigan says, in choir, she has a beautiful voice but even more so, she is a beautiful person, always ready to sing, and so very, very sweet. Congratulations to Kara Coolbaugh. The fourth recipient is Seth DeVore. Mr. Chismar says that hopefully you will let everyone in on your seemingly endless inside jokes. Mrs. Price says, thank you for coming to PE and visiting us and helping out this year. Another teacher enjoyed his quirky sense of humor. Mrs. Lawrence says, Seth has such a quick mind and an amazing personality. She could always count on him to keep her on her toes without saying a word. Congratulations to Seth DeVore. The next recipient is Jordan Edwards. According to Miss Johnson, if she could make the mold for the perfect student, it would be her. Respect, kindness, consistency with your work. And she states that her little avocado thanks her. Must be an inside joke. Mrs. Null states, Jordan is a fabulous office aide, always so cheerful and willing to do any task. She will be missed. One teacher writes, she has endless positive energy, even on a bad day, which is few and far between. Fantastically well-rounded, always positive towards peers, teachers, and learning challenges. A smile that impacts everyone she encounters. Mrs. Lawrence says that she will miss Jordan so much. She is intelligent, personable, and she never fails to smile and ask how you're doing. Congratulations to Jordan Edwards. Kylie Fennell. Kylie is such a strong young lady that has shown she can overcome anything you put in her way. If this COVID thing, according to Mrs. Johnson, has a positive spin to it, it gave Kylie an outlet to show what a talent she has at creative writing. Keep it up. Mrs. VK states that she is self-driven as a writer, motivated to tell stories within her, and she has initialed her writing projects for the last 5 years. They are beyond the classroom. Coach Price says, best of luck. Kylie Fennell. Evan Floyd. One of the best problem solvers, according to one of his teachers. After 2 years, he is just as quiet. He shouldn't hesitate to show others how smart he can be. One teacher states when he takes risks, he rocks. He could always be counted on to do the right thing and always have the right answer. Congratulations to Evan Floyd. Next is Alyssa Grabowski. In choir, she is such a wonderful person inside and out. Mr. Chismar states, focus on what makes you happy and don't waste time on things that do not. Ms. Johnson says, Alyssa, you remind me of myself at your age. Enjoy life. You are so serious, which is why you are and will be successful. But remember to stop, relax, and enjoy life. Coach Davis says that she, as a cheerleader, is a very talented, caring individual who would do anything for her teammates. And another teacher writes, a hard work ethic, and a positive role model in and out of the classroom. Congratulations to Alyssa Grabowski. Jake Hatcher. He has a great attitude and will do great things. He was so quiet in the 7th grade and was introduced to brilliance and a sense of humor in the 8th grade. Stay out of that shell, for it will take you places. And Mr. Chismar says, make sure you step up to make your voice heard. There is brilliance, and everyone needs to hear it. Congratulations to Jake Hatcher. The next recipient is Devin Holder. In choir, he is such a dedicated and strong member of the choir. He is always looking to better the ensemble musically and personally. He cares deeply about achievement in the classroom and on the playing field. He behaves so maturely and respectfully. Mr. Chismar states that he will do well, he just has to believe in himself. Because when you do, you will be listening to the correct person. Mr. McGeehan states that Devin is a coach's dream. He works hard, he leads through his work ethic, and never, ever quits. Mrs. Adams says he was great to have in class. Ms. Lawrence goes on to say, anything she learned about lacrosse, she learned from Devin. She doesn't know much, but it's not because he wasn't an excellent explainer. Congratulations to Devin Holder. Ethan Heyer. Described by one teacher as a gentleman over the past 2 years, she has seen his good qualities can even get better. She can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Coach McGeehan states that Ethan is the kind of person that just outworks everyone else. He was proud to be his coach in basketball. Mrs. Mannion. Selfishly, I am so sorry to see you leave Northwood. Even when you were little, your amazing qualities were obvious. I admire your humble demeanor, your work ethic, your loyalty, and your ability to stay true to yourself. Mrs. Mannion considers herself fortunate to have been your teacher 2 times, and she can't wait to hear about the great accomplishments in the future. Congratulations to Ethan Heyer. Tatum McNeil. In choir and theater, she is a gentle soul who is easy to connect with. She has a great voice and even a better smile. As a cheerleader, she was a true leader, both on the sidelines and in the classroom. Very talented and dedicated to the program. Mrs. Lawrence states that she still remembers her joining her class midway through the year. She was such a welcome addition, a natural academic, and a wonderfully social person. Mrs. Knoll states she was a take-charge office aide. She could count on her for anything, and she thanks her. Her amazing work ethic will serve her well throughout her entire life. Mrs. Adams states an all-around class act. Mrs. Johnson, thank you for always coming to class willing to work 100%. You are an amazing person and have an amazing future ahead of you. Mrs. VK, incredible resiliency. Her cheer season was disrupted by various health concerns, also academically, socially, and creatively curious. Awesome. Congratulations to Tatum McNeil. Jacqueline Myers. According to Mrs. Ward, she is a great student. She always turns in quality work. She never misses, and she is always, always attentive in class. Mr. Chismar states that she is one of the hardest workers he has ever seen. Keep it up, and your successes will be endless. Coach Price, a very quiet young lady, but talented. She wishes her luck. And Miss Davis, an incredible student who is very responsible and always went above and beyond in the classroom. Congratulations to Jackie Myers. Meadow Novak, a mathlete and an all-around fantastic student with a hunger for knowledge, which makes sense because her favorite number is pi. Mr. Chismar states, you optimize quite cool. Mrs. Johnson, you are so quiet as a 7th grader, and she is so happy that she got to see you open up as an 8th grader. Mrs. Adams states that she is a great young lady with a heart of gold. Congratulations to Meadow Novak. Delaney O'Hare. In choir, she was a fabulous addition this year. So much fun and driven to learn more. Mr. Chismar says, smart, funny, and creative. Don't always be so hard on yourself. One teacher states, she isn't impatient, but she certainly doesn't wait around. When she decides what she wants or envisions what she will create, she immediately springs into action and makes it happen. With a friendly spirit and a smile on her face, she is unstoppable. Such a caring young lady with a great work ethic, according to Mrs. Adams. And Mrs. Knoll says, thank you so much for being my extremely capable right-hand girl in the office. So many periods over your years here at Northwood. She misses her already. Mrs. Johnson says, keep that chin up and keep reaching for the stars. Mrs. Lawrence says she will miss her smiles and greetings in the halls. Congratulations to Delaney O'Hare. Lily Parker. Lily Parker was in choir and theater. According to Mrs. Janigan, what a spark of joy and a light for our program. A strong leader, lovely singer, and bright future ahead. Mr. Chismar states, make sure you take time for yourself. We so appreciate everything you do for everyone else. Mr. McGeehan met Lily this year in cross country and became her coach. He was impressed with the number of things she does so very, very well. Mrs. Price states that you have so many talents, use them to make this world a better place. Mrs. Johnson, Lily, I can't wait to see where you go in this world. You are just an amazing person, inside and out. Mrs. Lawrence says it was a pleasure having her at Northwood. She can't wait to see which of the many talents you choose to build on in life. Lily Parker. Isaac Ramos. Isaac Ramos has a quick wit and a dry sense of humor. Mr. Chismar asks that he promises he will let us all in on his jokes someday. A great person who will do great things. Mrs. Johnson states, another quiet one who came out of his shell in the 8th grade and shows what a great sense of humor he has. She is upset she missed it in previous years. And a teacher states, motivated and driven to achieve, caring and loving towards classmates, and continuously curious about subject matter. Congratulations to Isaac Ramos. Derek Rigger. He follows his own North Star with fidelity, a serious student who takes himself lightly and his work seriously. He is very well balanced. Mr. Chismar states, "You are one of the most stand-up people I know, and I am proud to know you." Mr. McGeehan, he's the kind of student and athlete that makes teachers and coaches proud to be associated with him. Mrs. Johnson, she's not sure what happened between 7th and 8th, but wow, you are so focused and so driven. Keep it up, and the sky is the limit. Another teacher says that he has focus, integrity, determination, and pursuit of excellence, while still being a pleasant individual. Congratulations to Derek Rigger. Owen Rister. Bright, funny, and an incredible sense of humor. Mrs. Johnson states that she can't wait to see what the future holds. You will succeed in anything you put your mind to. You are, in one word, amazing. One teacher says, "I still remember how upset you got, having to leave school early due to a fever. That type of commitment to education is not common. And trust her when she says that's a compliment." Owen can be described as patient, focused, mature, thoughtful. Always a pleasure to observe at work and in presentations. Owen Rister. Katie Rothgary. In choir, she was such a fun spirit to have in the group, always bringing high energy to the group. Accepting others, willing to join in, clear on her boundaries, talented academically and athletically, a dedicated friend and good-humored classmate to all, reliable to teachers and consistently mature in behavior and communication skills. Mr. Chismar says, "You are smart, funny, and would have been successful in any decade, especially the 1980s. Mr. McGeehan states that she always has time for everyone, but is also very competitive. Mrs. Price says, "Thank you for always making me smile when I see you in the hallway. You have a great personality and will do great things." Kathleen Rothgary. Riley Shawoko. In choir and theater, she is bright and loves music. She is a wonderful singer and even a better student. Curious about the world in every aspect and consistent about reaching out to learn if others are willing to share ideas. Articulate and lively when sharing insights. Mr. Chismar asks if there has ever been a question she is afraid to ask. One of her teachers suggests that she continues to always be upbeat and beat to your own drummer, and don't let anyone at all, take away your free spirit, ever. Riley Shawoko. Michael Taylor. In choir and theater, he is a true leader in both activities, incredibly gifted and driven to better himself. A consummate communicator, clear, creative, productive, audience aware. He is a treat and a talent, but also willing to listen actively and responsively when others share. Head and shoulders above his peers in humility. Absolutely brilliant in mathematics as well. Mr. McGeehan states that he is an amazing individual and he pushes himself in everything he does. Mr. Chismar states, "You have found your voice and made those around you better. What an amazing accomplishment." Again, a shy 7th grader who grew into an outgoing, mature, intelligent young man who will conquer the world. Mrs. Adams states, a creative thinker who was a pleasure to have in class. And finally, James Wise. Coach Brillhard states he was a great kid, a hard worker, and a good sense of humor. Coach Pagenstecker again describes him as a great teammate who always gave his all. One teacher describes him as determined, inquisitive, sincere, brilliant, and respectful. There's so many more words to describe you, and I am glad to have been your teacher. Ms. Johnson says that you have been such a bright side of her day for the past 2 years. Amazing inside and out. Never, ever, ever change. Mr. Chismar, if you do not get your way, you will have an amazing journey. I'm sorry, let me read that again. If you do not get in your own way, you will have an amazing journey. Mr. McGeehan, James's personality leaves a positive mark on all those who know him. And Ms. Janigan says in choir, he is a fantastic student. He jumped into choir this year and has been one of the strongest members. Congratulations to James Wise and to all of our distinguished scholars. Welcome to a very, very elite group. In the paper this past week, there's a student across the street, as every year, gets the Lou Rotunda Award. It's given out at Elyria Catholic to the outstanding senior athlete. In the paper, they stated that it was one of the longest awards given in Elyria. I believe that the Ray Wilson Award is longer. Ray Wilson was a teacher and a coach. He did not want any type of fanfare. He dedicated his lives to his students and his athletes. He passed away many years ago, teaching Steve Sunnigal how to slide into second over at North Park. Steve Sunnigal was a member of the Ray Wilson Award. It is a coveted award, and I don't mind telling you that when I was an 8th grader here and I did not get it, I was heartbroken. For it's more than an award. It defines you. It lets people know what type of person you are. In my short tenure here, those that have gotten it have been phenomenal athletes. One of them, a recent state champion. But even more than that, they're phenomenal people. The spirit of Ray Wilson has yet to die. Many years ago, females got it, and that has since gone on to become the Peggy Kabelka Award. And there is no recipient this year. This year's student is, as one of his coaches described him, one of the best, most coachable athletes I have ever had. He is the quiet storm, always taking direction, always there to help out a teammate, never wanting the glory, just to make the team better. It is my honor and it is my privilege to present the 2020 Ray Wilson Award winner, whose name will go on the plaque in the hall that will go to the new Northwood. Congratulations to Derek Rigger. If Derek were here, he would be brought up and handed his plaque. Derek, we will make sure that you get it. Closing remarks. Every year, I fight with the assistant principal because this is one of my favorite things to do. And both of my assistant principals have let me do it. This year, as you can see, it's different. But this year is different. And it stinks. We did not get to say goodbye to Northwood the way we should have. This building has been in service for over 50 years. It's had 8 principals and some of the best teachers in the world. I can say that because I've worked with them and I've learned from them as a student. To you 6th graders, congratulations. You've made it through 6th grade year. You will be the first 7th graders at the new Northwood. We look for great things from you. To the 7th graders, the middle children of middle school, not knowing whether you were treated as a 6th or an 8th, but you were in between. You will be the first graduating class from the Northwood campus. There is such great leadership in the 7th grade, rising 8th graders. We look for fantastic things from you. And to you 8th graders, the last 8th grade class from 700 Gulf Road. I need not look at my notes, for I speak to you tonight from the heart. I am angry for you. I am angry at COVID-19. It has taken lives, and that is a tragedy. But it has taken so much more from you as 8th graders. You don't get to have your clap out, your Washington, D.C. trip. Don't get to go to Cedar Point. You don't get to have your 8th grade dinner dance, which is always one of my favorite nights. It's robbed you of this. This is a great night. And the best part is afterwards, when your parents make you come up and get a picture. I look forward to that every year. It's robbed you of saying goodbye to 3 fantastic teachers who are retiring this year. Our beloved Coach Price, who found a home here recently, and after 32 years of teaching, she is hanging it up. She will be missed. Mr. Bloomfield, that's all I need to say about him. But if I were to say something, it would be that he is great with relationships and genuinely cares about kids. And Mrs. Johnson, who holds the record with only one other person to have all 8 principals here at 700 Gulf Road. She had Jack Gray as a principal and then went through Ackerman, Gillum, Jama, Wiley, Heiberger, Wall, and that guy at the end. Miss Johnson is a phenomenal teacher. If you don't believe me, ask one of her students. That's one thing you've been robbed of again. I'm not going to go with the cliches tonight. You're better than that. But I ask you 2 things. And one of them is change the I to an E I will try and do the same. Let me explain. I told you I'm angry at COVID-19, the coronavirus, and I'm bitter. But if I change the I to an E, I become better. Let's learn from this experience, as I know you all will. And the second part. Oh, the bane of my existence, the dreaded cell phone. For it was me that banned them during your years here at Northwood. No cells, bell to bell. I would like you to take out your cell phones, as I have, and I would like you to put an alarm on your cell phone. I would like you to make it a silent alarm, a vibration. I do not want you to tell your teachers, well, Mr. Basinski said I should. No. And it wouldn't matter anyway. Because I want you to set the alarm for 3:13 p.m. You ask what 3:13 was? Was your last day here. Was March 13th, 2020. It was a Friday. Please program that in your phone. I believe that many times we forget things because we are not constantly reminded of them. Whenever you see me from here on out, come up and ask to see my cell phone, and I'll show you the alarm. Why do I want you to put an alarm on? I want you to remember. I want you to understand. And I want you to be better. For on 3:13, yes, you were robbed of many things, but the world changed. And I think that we all changed. Now, in the near future, things are going to go back to how they were. But remember how the world changed. And here's what I want from you. Remember how you can change the world. Because I, along with the entire staff, know what you are capable of. And I know how you can change the world. So, it has been my pleasure, it has been my privilege, and it has been my honor to be your principal. Congratulations, 8th grade, and thank you for watching.